one of the first catalogues I filmed was the remnants of my brother's 1977 catalogue. So because there was quite a bit missing, including the cover, we're going to start again from scratch with the whole catalogue. So there's a lovely image on the front. You've got that zoom burst. I just wish I'm a photographer, so I'm going to criticise it, but this bit should be sharp. That should be sharp with the rest zoomed out. You know, just keep doing it until you get what you need. But you know, hey ho. So you open it up. It's a very, very busy double page there. So you can't really look at it as a whole. You have to go down. Ipswich. I don't look anything like Ipswich. It's Hill for a start. It's Suffolk, for God's sake. And those people are far too well dressed. People from Ipswich are scum. They're dirty little monkeys, and they really, you know, you wouldn't see a gentleman in a hat. I mean, that bloke there, she would be picking his pocket, you know, and he's taking his hat off. He'd only do that if he was trying to beg as a busker, you know. She would be, if this was Ipswich, she'd be off to sell her daughter. Right, there's a truck driver putting a prostitute in a barrel. Horrible place, horrible place. No, I don't trust anyone. I mean, look, that's got to be a machine gun in there. So anyway, so that's you open. Other than that, I quite like it. It's quite nice. You got a bit of movement there. You got a multiple exposure. So they're playing with all the 1980s camera trickery. So here you go. You got a little index page, which is quite good. Quite nice. Then Hornby Clockwork, Hornby Electric, the first choice. So you're coming on to the sets now. That's GWR freight set. That's quite a big set, that one. So the R680 pickup good set, the R174 Rural Rambler set, the R681 rail freight. That's where rail freight set. That's where I started on the last one. My last attempt. I don't know where I ran out. High speed train set, the Intercity 125, and the Freight Master set. The Intercity set. The R683 GWR freight set. See, this is way bigger than the normal GWR freight sets, which were quite small. They had sort of like 4 wagons or what have you, and the budget ones, so that's quite a big, expensive one. Silver Jubilee freight set and Pullman set. Well, that's complex. But look at that one. You know, you got points, you got stations, you got buffers, power clips, level crossings, everything. I think that's quite expensive. Now look at that. That is gorgeous. That double page there. The Hornby locomotive, heart of a railway system. So it's the Evening Star. That was kind of like their flagship at that time. It's a lovely, lovely poster. So then coming on to the steam locomotives. So you've got British Rail, you've got LMS Black, you've got LMS Crimson, Duchess of Sutherland. You've got a nice bit of old style photography of original engines. You've got some of the smaller engines. So instead of going for the different liveries, they've mixed it up a bit and gone for size rather than livery on this catalogue, which is quite nice. Hornby diesel locomotives. Locomotive care and maintenance. I mean, that's quite nice. That shows you what's inside. So that's really good. You know, it really gives you a good sort of idea of what's going on, put stuff into context, how it works and so on. And the coaches. It looks better when they angle them like this instead of putting a straight on side view. And I do like the use of original photographs of old style, or olden days, should we say, black and white. Well, here we go, and then a bit of context down the bottom. And you're putting it into the context of playing with your child or your parent. With wagons and vans, quite nice. So I've got, let's see, out of those ones there, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got the bottom 4 and that one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. On here, I've got that one, and that one, and that one. That's 3. I think just those three at the moment. Then we go on to the track system. Plenty of info. Track accessories, track packs, track plans book. So we've already looked at this one. Hornby track stencil set, that's pretty cool. Stencils were great, I loved them. And then your power controllers and switches. Hints and tips on layout construction. Your chicken wire and papier-mâché. Hints and tips on layout scenery. So this is quite good. So this builds it into a hobby for people, inspires them to do that. You're still seeing the old style 1950s, 60s buildings, the wayside halts, the village stations, town stations and so on. This is the old triangle stuff. Your suburban station accessories, look at all that. So you've got a little while till the changeover. So then you've got the T-shaped gantry, which later went to the kind of R-shaped gantry. You've got the signal gantry kit with the signal box. I just had that arrive today. So I had that. No, well, basically that's what I had arrived today. How cool is that? So that's R201, 202 and 203. Woohoo, cool beans. Right, so then that looks cool. It all looks like that in reality to me. So this is showing you how you would have, you know, the train coming this way, you have a distant and a home, and then a home and a home going that way. So that's quite good. A bit of illustration there because nobody knows how to do signals. Signal lights, signal control sets, the motive power depot, a big old LMS 462 Coronation Class Duchess of Sutherland on there. Look at that. It's really good. And then your construction kits. I never quite understood why the construction kits were in there alongside the quick fit kits. So tacky. The mail coach, that's the old style where it popped out that way with the right angled bit and dropped off like that. You got the operating ore wagon set, maintenance vehicles, the cranes, famous companies. There's a bit of history, a bit of pictures to put it into context of products. And the big four, and then British Rail that took over. And then your back page is on the turntable. Again, there's plenty of good information in there. So that is 1977 catalogue from Hornby.